I want to circle back to Iowa State for a second. Randy, it's kind of been a recurring theme ever since Matt Campbell got to Ames, but his name pops up a lot with different jobs, and most recently, I guess it's the Michigan State job. So what do you think the likelihood that Campbell moves on is at this point?
Well, before this season, actually before the last 4 games, I was of the mindset that what major jobs would be coming after Matt Campbell, even because 2 years ago, they were 7, and Iowa State was 7-6 with the best roster of players that Iowa State's ever had. 4 guys got drafted, including a guy named Brock Purdy, who darn near quarterbacked the 49ers into the Super Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but they only went 7-6 with that roster. Last year, 4-8, including 4-8, including winning just 1 game in the Big 12. So before the last, into the first month of this season, I'm thinking to myself that well, I guess I won't be writing Matt Campbell to progress to school X, Y, or Z for a while, because nobody's going to be who. Certainly some of the shine has gone off, but lo and behold, with the youngest team he's ever had, regardless at either at Iowa State or when he was at Toledo, and it is a very young team. I think they may only start 5 seniors, something like that, but they're playing pretty well. He's got them playing very well, and like I said earlier, he's not been hard-headed like a lot of coaches, so he has loosened up the playbook to take advantage of the passing game, essentially, with Rocco Becht. So yeah, I think if Iowa State doesn't peter out during the last 5 games, and I'm not saying win every one of them, but maybe win 3 of the next 5, whatever. I think we could see Matt Campbell's name pop up out there again. Now, would he leave? He's had opportunities to leave in the past. Arkansas, Florida State stick in my mind primarily. I wasn't buying the Notre Dame stuff a while back, or the USC stuff a while back, or some of that. But yeah, he could be in a position where he could be very popular out there again, and he, especially maybe at like you said, at a place like Michigan State, which needs to this may be not stating it correctly, but Michigan State needs to clean up its act a little bit.
Yeah.
And Campbell would be that guy. Now, does he want to go back and does he want to go into the Big Ten and coach against Kirk Ferentz, who's only beaten once, the Iowa coach, or coach against Ohio State, which I still say would be his dream job eventually, coach against Michigan? I don't know. Penn State? I don't know. But I know that Matt and his family are very happy in the Ames community. I know that. And the fact that Matt kind of, he told me this once, and I wrote it a while back, he kind of likes to cook breakfast for his kids before school when they go to school. So I mean, and it's not like he doesn't get into the office at 7 o'clock in the morning like all coaches do, or earlier, but he's got his priorities in the right spot. But the whole money thing, money talks, and if Michigan State or anybody like that would come throw a ton of money at him, Penn State, if something happens up there, or I don't know, somebody throws a lot of money at him, I mean, you certainly have to think about it. So I think if Iowa State does well towards the rest of the game, I think that's certainly on the table, at least the conversation.
Right. I think when we talked last year on the pod, I think we were asking a little bit about, is the shine off of Matt Campbell?
Yeah.
And so it is kind of interesting, the resurgence, and it almost, the way you were describing it there, it almost sounded like Matt Campbell is Baylor's Scott Drew. It's a different sport.
Yeah.
But Scott, he's another guy that's had opportunities to leave and has just stuck around. He's built a really strong basketball program, and they're a contender every year. So and he, I think he likes the the vibe and what he's built here at Baylor. Zach, you're a Michigan State alum.
That's right. That's
if
right.
if
I'm gonna hear this.
yeah, if Matt Campbell decided, okay, I will take the Spartans job. I mean, would you give that one a big thumbs up?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, if I'm looking at it with a little bit green and white tinted glasses, like he's tops my list above Elko, right, from Duke, above who all the names out there. I think Michigan State and Iowa State are, in my opinion, very similar, except for, Michigan State has more money and can, like you said, money talks. I just think that, Brock Purdy and Breece Hall, guys like that, remind me a lot of like Kirk Cousins and Le'Veon Bell from Michigan State back in the day. 3-star guys that got into college that were probably under recruited and were kind of developed in college and have gone on to have pretty good NFL careers. And I think Matt Campbell has proven he can do that at Iowa State. And I think Michigan State is just kind of that same kind of model on steroids, right? And I know he's from Massillon, Ohio, which, fun fact, his dad coached at my wife's high school. So
okay.
It's kind of the I know there's a whole Midwest vibe. I know Iowa's in that, but Canton is not too far from East Lansing, and I don't know. So Matt Campbell is an incredibly exciting. He's kind of the younger version of Mark D'Antonio, which Mark D'Antonio is a legend in East Lansing, at least for what he did early on. So, if he loves Ames, like, I can't fault him for wanting to stay and cook breakfast for his family. That's very noble. But if he wants to come to East Lansing, I think he'd be welcomed with open arms.